Let's reset. Can't hear me still. Hold on, I'm trying to figure it out, y'all. Trying to figure out what's going on. You guys can hear me now? I don't know what that little noise is. Oh, I'm good now. Y'all, I am so sorry. I was knocked out, honestly. Like, I just woke up like, I thought I set an alarm. I did not set an alarm. Your girl was knocked the hell out, okay? Like, slump, like ridiculousness. Ridiculous. Shout out to Mrs. Science. Because I woke up, checked my phone, realized what time it was, and she was like, are we going live tonight? Yes. Well, at least we were supposed to, so we can see who all pops in, because some of y'all might have been listening. I'm going to bed because Erica's 40 minutes late. What the I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, y'all. I ain't got no moisturizer on my face. I feel like I look all crusty. I hop in the shower. And like 8 and was like, all right, I finished watching because I did do my live reactions for the members that'll be up after this. I like finished watching the episode because I'm in Detroit, and when I'm here, I'm typically doing a bunch of stuff with my dad, but he like does a bunch of manual labor. Like he owns a industrial cleaning service, so he always has me doing shit, and like he also owns property, so like I'll be mowing lawns and shit around Detroit. Y'all literally will probably like, if you was living in Detroit, you would just see me at random places. I promise. Um, where's my moisturizer? But I've been so tired. I was like, oh, I'm gonna just take a quick nap. A quick nap. No, it was not, in fact, quick. While I give people time to come on in here, I know that we're late. Y'all drop y'all's ratings, and I'm gonna go find my moisturizer real quick because I really feel like I look crazy. Like I can only look one crazy, not crazy. I'm gonna be right back. Literally laid down for a quick second. Y'all, if you have Caribbean parents or immigrant minded parents, y'all already know what it is. My father be talking about me and my sisters are soft. So my little firstborn ass is always trying to like do whatever I can to help him. And it's whooping my ass because I'm exhausted. He be doing manual labor, okay? Manual. Um, all right. So tonight we are here to talk about this interesting episode 6. Cause are we gonna be nice? Are we gonna be nice, Erica? I'm wondering if I am going to be nice. Am I going to in fact be nice? Mm, I should because I was late. Should I just be nice to these folks just because I was late to this live? It's giving. I don't know. I don't know. It's really giving. I don't know, y'all. Okay. Saxon gives it a 7.5. Willie gives it an 8 out of 10. Jada gives it an 8. Kofi gives it an 8.5. Not y'all ranking it high. Queen J gives it a 7. Would have been an 8 if Spencer stood on business. Angela gave it an 8. Hyacinth gave it a 6 out of 10. Okay. Okay. Somebody is feeling me because I'm in that area, I believe. Micah gave it a 7. Um, drop y'all's ratings if you haven't already. And let me shout out everybody else. I ain't doing no shout out. Shout out to all the members in the chat. I appreciate y'all so much. The live reactions will be up after this. It's a little bit different, but I was filming it throughout the day today as I got to watch the episode. It's some things in there. Jada Not Famous, Kimberly Felder, Kofi, Erica James, Hyacinth, Elizabeth Lassiter. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for being members of the channel. If you guys want to get more exclusive content, you can join the membership of the channel at the bottom next to the subscribe button. Sometimes it's a little bit weird on iPhone, so you might need to open up my YouTube channel on a computer to see the actual join button. But once you click the join button, it'll tell you all about the memberships, and you'll get access to content that's not publicly available. Shout out to Dominic, my lovely moderator, and I think Chanel will be popping in shortly. And hey, Tripstar VPR. Hey, Jada. Hey, Angela. Hey, Willie. Hey, Sexton. Hey, Nia Love. Hey, Micah. Hey, Ashley Monique. Hey, Shari P. Welcome in, boo. Sorry I'm late. I am definitely the problem. And All American Homecoming is here, and I'm seated. All American Homecoming is coming back this summer, y'all. Unfortunately, it is feeling like this will be the final season of it. I'm getting those vibes. That has not been officially announced, but some of y'all have DM'd me and asked me about an article that went up, as well as just feeling certain vibes once they did do the announcement that it would premiere this summer. I believe it's coming back July 13th, if I'm correct. If I'm incorrect and y'all know better, then put it in the chat. But I believe it's July 13th. Yeah. And it's going to overlap All American a little bit, I think. So we're going to get maybe 1 or 2 days where we have, I don't know what that thing, what those, anyway. We're gonna get 1 or 2 days where we get back to back All American and All American Homecoming as we like hand off to go into All American Homecoming season. And I am really feeling like this is it. Like the thing that really made my antenna stand up is Netta. So I follow Netta on Instagram. Love Netta. She's so sweet. She's such an amazing girl. She's so talented. I did an interview with her in season 1 of All American Homecoming. If y'all haven't seen it, y'all can go check it out on the channel. It's still really a dope interview. But she posted a message on her stories, and it didn't come out right and say that this was their final season, but from what she was saying and me being in the business, I feel like that's what she was saying without coming out to say it. And I'm like, damn, this is it for them. They probably have no chance of even like fighting for it, which is kind of pissing me off because y'all know I was definitely on the bandwagon of like renew them, and campaigning for that. So I'm thinking about like what I can do and what I would want to do. But I'm a little nervous that it might not matter. Like, I think the CW is kind of set. Now, what would be interesting is if there's a conversation of things switching networks. I think that there's still so much life that can be breathed into the All American Homecoming series. And the best bet, the best partner to continue the story would definitely be Netflix. July 15th. The premiere is July 8th. Oh, okay. Yes, it's like the second. That's my bad. It's the second July. I mean, second Monday in July. I thought, but I don't remember what the date was. I just picked 13. Let me look. Hold on. Not me giving misinformation already. Yes, the 8th. Because the 13th is a fucking Saturday. It's the 8th. I knew it wasn't like the first. It's the second. Yes. July 8th is when All American Homecoming comes back. And we're going to get 2 back-to-back days. Um, so the 8th and the 15th both will have All American and then All American Homecoming. And then All American Homecoming season finale is on um, July 15th. Now, All American, I believe, from what I'm seeing, hearing, and what my spidey senses is telling me, it's gonna be back for another season, y'all. So I don't think we have to worry about that, but I think Homecoming's goose might be cooked. Don't quote me, but just know. Just know. Okay. Let me see. Did everybody else put y'all ratings in? We ain't got no more ratings. I think I read everybody. Kimberly Feldy gave it a 7 for extra point for Greta's performance. Listen, Greta is always gonna act down. She is always gonna act down. Love this for her. Hate the goofy ass storyline. But, you know, well, not necessarily goofy ass storyline, because her storyline is really, really solid. They are not doing Jordan Baker any favors within this relationship. They're not giving me nothing to root for with Jordala. And no, it's not because I'm biased. It's because this shit is some bullshit, if you ask me. It's some how dare you. Jordan is forever gonna throw a goofy ass tantrum. I'm not doing it, because once I go to Jordan, I'm gonna go nuclear. So I'm saving up my energy for Jordan Baker. Erica James says it would be a 10 if Spencer took a trip off the show. It's the shade for me. They need to stop going to that cabin. Listen here, ain't nothing good happening in them woods. Spencer and Layla read the Baker twins for filth at the start. As they should. As they should. Spencer and Layla were in alignment with a lot this episode. And I'm gonna just go ahead and sit that right there, because they were in alignment about a lot. They had two very different issues with two very different people, but they were very much so given in alignment. Y'all do what y'all will with that, okay? Hey, Mrs. Science, I shouted you out earlier. Thank you for the DM, boo. I had definitely fell asleep. They want to throw out all of our shows, unfortunately. And honestly, when it comes to the CW, that network historically has gone through these cyclical cycles of like using a bunch of really phenomenal Black storytelling to prop it up, bringing an audience, and then clearing house. And it's so unfortunate. Like, you can go back and it's just like, Sharpie gave it a 7, Jarrell gave it a 6. Queen J, Homecoming, I think you should give Homecoming another chance, because for me it is a lot better than All American in a lot of ways. I struggle with season 2, but it's still like really solid. Like season 1, I don't know what they put in it, but it was giving crack. It just was. I hope it's at the final season of the show. Give me the perspective of what it is like to be at a HBCU. Yes. I don't want it to be it either. Spencer was the only one that apologized. So they took away how excited I was when he stood on business early on in the episode, only for him to come back, apologize, offer up his goddamn journal as a token of this apology, and still position himself beneath the person that he's sitting across from and having to do most of the goddamn work in this relationship as if he is the problem. I have had it. I have had it. Like, writers, first of all, so much of what the hell they are doing now as writers is just so goddamn convenient and for the purposes of like pushing this goofy ass story along, period. Like on a 50,000 foot view, because everything of how the cabin happened, Spencer's convenient ass exercise. So you mean to tell me because he don't have the internet, he conveniently had all of these exercises for these particular case studies to be able to run through with these particular people, but he also was not excited for these people to come to the goddamn cabin to begin with? It just feels like it all fell into place a little bit too much, a little bit too coincidental, if you ask me. Halfway through it, people get mad at each other. Oh, I'm gonna switch. Everything was just so damn convenient and not in a serendipitous type of life way. Like, who are y'all fooling? Cause it ain't me. I ain't been dumb, ain't ever gonna be dumb. But you have Spencer finally find his damn voice within this relationship, say everything that needs to be said, still keep it respectful, only to double back at the very end with his tail tucked between his goofy ass legs, pretending like he the fucking problem. And it's fine if you want to make him still want to work it out or want to be in this relationship, cool. But at what point do Olivia actually take the offensive in fighting for their fucking love? All she has to do is sit back and be pretty, and I'm tired, okay? I'm tired. Because she's also the one putting them in so many circumstances for their relationship to goddamn implode, but then she has to do the least amount of work to keep y'all together. All she got to do is show up and smile. A mess. Hey, Money Green Tay, welcome in. It was kind of a slow this episode. It was very slow. It was very slow. Shout out to all y'all rating it above a 7. Because I don't know what was in my episode versus what was in your episode, but this one was not it for me. It was definitely not it for me. Spencer been acting like season 1 Spencer this season. And not only did he the only one to apologize, he apologized to every goddamn body. And them goofy ass Baker bunch, they the ones who are the real villains. And if I got to watch his ass apologize to them one more time. Nia Love says Jordan turns everything into something about him. Boy, everything ain't about you. He turned Layla's decision into her betraying him. How, Sway? Shout out to the members who going to get to see this live reaction, because when I tell you I screamed at no less than 10 times this episode. Like, I literally screamed, this is not about you. What is not connecting, Baker boy? This has nothing to do with you. Again, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna start talking about Jordan and I'm gonna be done with it, because Jordan Baker is going to try to be the end of me, and I can't let him. I cannot let him. I cannot let the little light-skinned boy, the little biracial boy, be the end of me. Because he's a goddamn villain. He's a menace to society. Okay? He really is. And the way that he do Layla is all the proof I need for that fact. I said what I said. Like, I'm sorry, but Jordan, when he upset with Layla, it's like elite level petty and spiteful. It's such a turnoff. It is such a turn. I would never be with a man like that. I would never be with a man that's capable of that, because he is literally showing you who he is. And who people are is not who they treat you when they like you, or when they're excited about you, or when you're doing what the hell they want. Who people really are is how they treat you when they're upset, how they treat you when they're disappointed, how they treat you when they're sad, how they treat you when they're depressed. It might not be all of who they are, but that's a foundational element, because you're stripped down in those moments to just your essence. And if your essence is nasty and rude, then your ass is a nasty and rude person. Period. Um, mm-mm-mm. Hey, the launch report. You're not hella late. Erica was hella late. Everybody else just happened to be up. So shout out to y'all. Bree says Layla always eats Jordan up in her arguments, in their arguments, only to not stand fully on business. I need her to stand on business too when it comes to this fool, because he gets away with what he gets away with because nobody stands on business with him. He take hella shots at Spencer. Spencer taking it. He take hella shots at Layla. Layla takes it. When he in the mood, take hella shots at Liv. Liv takes it. He is not King Tut. The sun does not rise and set on Jordan Baker's ass. Erica James says, I'm just waiting on the breakup files nails. Which one? Because it's two loading and they dragging it along and they think that they're building suspense, but they're not. They're literally torturing the audience. Both of their asses need to end. Spencer and Liv need to break up. The storyline is not realistic at all, and it's annoying. It is so annoying. Hey, Serene, welcome in, boo. It's so annoying. So basically, Spencer basically accused her of emotional cheating. He did. He did, y'all. Or she skirted her little ass, her little cute ass up to the line. That is emotional cheating, and he don't know where she fall on it, but he know that she in the vicinity. Let's say that. I'm gonna say that part. I won't say that he outright accused her of that, but he accused her of being in the damn vicinity, and I loved it. I ate every moment of it up because it's the truth. Spencer should have stood on business. He really should have. Jordan is too childish. His ass needs to grow up. I fear that we're never getting that. So, alas. Kofi says, I may be in the minority. Really? You always in the minority. But it's fine because you stand on business and you said what you said in this. But Jordan does have a point about Layla not telling him about her meds. Look, this the man you want to marry. You telling me you can't go to him about that houseway? Because the person that you choose in your romantic partnership, depending on where they are in their journey of life, might not be the person at every stage of life that you feel the most safe with. And I think that it's very unrealistic to have that expectation of someone, especially at this age. In addition to Layla dealing with being numb on her full dosage, right? She launched or relaunched a brand that was already within the community. Clearly there was tensions there because at the end of this episode we get to see, and shout out to you, Kofi, for saying this because it's giving me a chance to like sensibly discuss this. So I appreciate you positioning it in this way. But she relaunches this lounge, which was already a standalone place, and there's tensions within the neighborhood and her colonizing or seemingly colonizing, or like, you won't belong here, cool. She still owns a record label and still managing artists. One of her main artists has experienced a very traumatic thing in being physically attacked and harmed, having to go through rehab and all of the feelings around that. So in addition to all of those things that I just mentioned, she gets engaged, she's within this relationship, and now her partner seems to, because he has placed this relationship, this marriage, and potentially having kids at the forefront of his mind, he is expecting her to place that at the forefront of her mind. The reason why, and I'm not saying that you can't reveal things to your partner, because you can. In an ideal world, you would hope that your partner is who you can trust with everything, but everything happens in seasons in life, and people need to be honest about the journeys that they're on. Jordan became an op for Layla, for lack of better words, when he decided to position their relationship and their future life at the forefront of his very young life, and then resented Layla, became petty and distasteful because it didn't appear that she was doing the same. So he started to create conflict within their lives because she wasn't handling things that they mutually share in the same regard or prioritizing things in the same way. So that automatically creates space and distance for her to not reveal true feelings, for her to not reveal struggles, because y'all no longer even seem like y'all are on the same page fighting for the same things. He is fighting for a wedding venue, date, and a damn band for something that's 2 years out, and she's having very real struggles of launching this lounge today, of fighting Patience's case today, and feeling guilty about the position that Patience is in today. Like, she's dealing with very real things that are a little bit more tangible, and he is the QB1 of a team that's destined for greatness, being led by Spencer James, and all he has to worry about is throwing a few footballs and getting married. Like, Jordan has nothing super tangible or pressing or any type of real conflict happening within his life, which is why he has so much time and space to create chaos in other people's lives. He's not dealing with no real identity crisis. He's not dealing with no real, like, what is his major? Is he doing well in it? Is he passing all his classes? Is he just barely passing his classes? Is he skating through it? Like, we don't know anything of what is actually making up Jordan's experience as a person, as an individual, as a man at this particular age and this particular point in his life, because the only thing that he points out is football and Layla. And up until, Coach Snake in the Grass, he wasn't even really too much worried about football. It was only about Layla. So he created the space for her to not tell him and not feel safe, because he became a conflict in her life and not a confidant. That is on him. And we got to be a little bit more mindful and honest about the roles that we take on in people's lives, because while you could be my fiance, while you could be the love of my life, while you can be something very, very real, that itself is a permanent title, but that status can shift depending on how you shift. It's up to people to remain in behavior and actions to support the title that they are actually given. That's why a lot of people, as they get older and they're parenting themselves, like, that's an example that I can definitely relate to. For me, my parents will always be my parents, my mom and dad, but their role or their status has shifted. There has been seasons where I have not been able to have certain conversation, and there has been seasons where I stood on business and I stopped talking to these because they toxic. Because you're ruining my mental health, because you're having too many expectations of me that I cannot handle in this moment while also handling my real life. It's unfair and unrealistic to expect a person to constantly give to somebody, even if they are not meeting that same person with what they need and creating an environment for that exchange to actually happen. And that is what was going on, or is going on, with Layla. Even in this moment of them reconciling by the end of the episode, she is being forced to concede and to tell him things that he actually did not earn knowing. You are not a safe space for her. At every moment for the last few weeks, you were kicking up dust about her not finding enough time for you. When was she actually going to reveal, while also playing at the nice, supportive fiance role that you expect for her to have? You want her doting over you. You want her busting it wide open. When was there room and space for her to reveal how insecure she feels about her dosage and how she don't feel nothing? When was there room? There wasn't. So, not that I think that you know this or intended this, Kofi, but that is my thing for people of, like, don't come into a relationship or assess a particular moment within a relationship with your shoulda, coulda, wouldas of somebody. Because if your ass didn't make sure that you did everything in your possibility and within your realm of control to create an environment for something to happen, then no, it wasn't a should. It could have, but it didn't, as you can see. It gets real tricky when we decide to have expectations and think people owe us certain things, and we don't have to do anything to be a conduit to receive whatever we're expecting from somebody. That's some bullshit. I have a best friend who is very private and who don't like to talk about her feelings and don't like to center herself. And I have to make a very active effort when it comes to her of like, girl, you're not switching the conversation today. I need to update on you. We get into a cadence where we'll get in a row. She lives in Houston, I live in LA, and we'll talk every day sometimes, and it'll be like every day I ask her how she's doing, and she don't want to actually talk about it, so she'll reverse the damn Uno, give me a reverse Uno card, and then focus back on me, and I always got some shit to talk about, so I'll be letting it go. On that third or fourth day, I'm like, I still don't know how you are. I ain't saying shit else until I know how you are. What do you need? What do we like? That is intentionality. That is effort within relationships. And Jordan Baker don't got that, which is why Jordan Baker don't receive the things that he's expecting to receive. I just went on a freaking long tangent, but that's my response to your comment, Kofi. Patience saved the episode for you, Micah. Oh, okay. I did enjoy Patience this episode. And shout out to that exercise, y'all. The exercise of staring into somebody's eyes, that's something that you do in very basic acting class. And it's a exercise to build connection very, very quickly. It works. Okay, it works. I'm just saying. The Lawrence report, Kofi is not right, but he means well. And the day that we get to a place where men start to understand these things more and they're operating less from what a woman owes them, what is expected, and they operate more from a place of what can I do? Oh my God, we'll be on to something. We will actually be cooking with gas in this world. Hey T, welcome in, boo. Hyacinth says, I agree, Kofi, she should have said something. And I am a very talkative, emotional person. I'm very self-aware and in touch with my damn emotions. You expect me to be safe with you without creating any space for me to be safe while also attacking me on a regular basis. You done lost your damn mind, because you better hope that I don't actually stop talking to you altogether. But that's just me. The rest of y'all who are banking on she shoulda, enjoy that. I hope that you're able to get what you want and need out of your relationships, which y'all should, and never feeling like you actually have to do anything. God bless. Micah says, Layla said it herself. Jordan doesn't understand depression and anxiety and effects of that. Jordan can't help Layla, and he doesn't understand her. It's just a matter of time, especially now. It really is. It's just a matter of time. And she's not wrong for these feelings. And Jordan, Mr. I don't have shit going on in the day, he could put himself in a position to better understand her versus having just ridiculous expectations. You peeping that she not taking her meds as regularly as she used to. So then what are you going to do about it? Oh, she should have just told you if she switched it up because she owes that to you. No. What research are you doing? What studies are you reading? How are you paying attention to people who are within her same realm of struggles with mental health so that you can actually be an asset and a support? Because if you ain't doing a goddamn thing, it's a random ass opinion. Willie says, I've been rewatching All American for the last month, and because I thought Jordan was so cute, I ignored all of his red flags. It's crazy when you go back and you actually get to see it, honey. When you start clocking it, because he's been a menace from the very jump. What even is his major? These are just questions I have, okay? These are just questions I have. Jordan was lackluster when his father died. This man needs help. Child. Kofi said, oh shoot, hold on y'all. When Kofi says, I hear you, just speaking for myself. I could not imagine being in a relationship with my partner and she not telling me intimate details about struggles they are going through. That's a red flag for you. I think you also, if you want to put yourself into it, then you need to also ask yourself, would you create an environment for her to not feel safe? Because that's a part of it. Those things are not mutually exclusive. Those are cause and effects. And I would liken or imagine, Kofi, that you are a very intentional, curious partner, and it doesn't feel like you have too many petty bones in your body, even though you're an Aries. It doesn't feel like you would go about things the same way that Jordan Baker does. So I think it's unfair for you to have certain criticisms of Layla, but you also are not recognizing that you would not have responded in certain ways to her which is why she responded the way that she did to Jordan. I think that those two things need to be considered together. So if this is your relationship, you might not be exhibiting certain red flags because you might have caught it very early because you asked a question and then your partner was like, oh, wait, he does care. And now y'all not even at this road down at the cabin because she felt safe enough to tell you 5 episodes ago because you wasn't too focused on a goofy ass day when you actually want to get invested into y'all's marriage. I would imagine if Kofi was to propose to somebody right now, he would be trying to live out the marriage regardless of when the damn wedding date is. Unlike Jordan Baker, who was focused on this goofy ass day that is one day, who thinks that everything is all peaches and cream because nobody is bringing any type of conflict to his life aside from little side annoyances with Spencer not getting on board and Layla not showing up and not picking a wedding date and a band. Those are the biggest issues that he have in his life. Jordan ain't focused on going to the goddamn NFL. Jordan ain't failing no classes. Jordan ain't trying to graduate early. Jordan ain't writing no damn book. Like, Jordan ain't got nothing going on. Yeah. All the time in the world to actually focus and be intentional about his queen, yet he can only find petty little quips and goofy ass comebacks. It don't sound right. Your whole priority right now is this girl, this girl, this girl. Marrying this girl, impregnating this girl, living forever with this girl. And yet and still you can't prioritize learning her more, paying attention to her more, and figuring out how you can be a help to her life and not a goofy ass hindrance. Jordan Baker, go to hell. Kimberly Feather says, I don't think that Jordan is going to know how to handle support in her depression issues. The look on his face when she was breaking stuff, though. That showed me that. He wasn't able to handle that in the moment. Around with a person like me, I start grabbing stuff, breaking stuff too. Like, my default, because I don't know how to handle every single circumstance. A lot of things I'm presented with the first time. But my number one thing when it comes to people is to make people feel validated and seen and heard. People, especially in a moment like what she was experiencing, want to feel valid in that anger and that frustration. So you standing there looking at her like she's fucking crazy, that is not helping. Break something as well. Because you're right, this is some bullshit. Or not, do something. And I agree, Kimberly, that he's not going to know what to do to handle her. So then the cliche comes in, do no harm. You might not know what to do, but do no harm. And Jordan has been doing harm thus far. He has these ridiculous ass expectations on her. He looks at her like she's a goddamn superhero, and she is most of the damn time. But he is not actually lessening any of the goddamn load on her in her life and the things that she wants to do. So my issue is not that Jordan don't actually have no point of reference for the mental health issues or the anxiety, because okay, we don't know, but you literally go out your way to make this girl feel bad, make this girl look bad, to be mean to her in moments because she ain't paying enough attention to you, because she forgot about this stupid ass wedding planner, because like you go out your way to make these moments in her life even more difficult. And if you cannot help, at the very minimum, you need to do no harm. Hey, Jalen, welcome in. Wait until she find out why he is pushing marriage and a wedding. Why? Do y'all know why? Why is Jordan pushing this wedding and a marriage, or marriage and wedding? Micah says, I think they're going to break up because Layla is going down a dark path and Jordan ain't going to know what to do, and she's not going to want him to help her. It's not even about her not wanting him to help. He don't show that he got any tangible ass skills. So also, I think a very real thing, and I'm sorry, man, y'all gonna have to not guard y'all's ego, but like, I'm gonna touch your hand when I say this. Too many men are used to, because we live in a patriarchal society and the world is supposed to rise and set on y'all's asses. It don't. If nobody told you, your good sister gonna tell you it don't. But a lot of men expect people to bring them along. If you're not displaying specific skills, resources, tools, anything that I can actually use within my struggle, it is not my responsibility to still drag your ass along in my goddamn struggles or to include you. Nobody is asking any man to do or involve anybody who is going to be counterproductive to their damn goals within their mission to achieve their damn goals. So again, language here of like Layla's not going to want him to help. He don't seem helpful. I don't think that she's banking on wishing upon a goddamn star. I think Layla has been through so much that she can assess who has what mental ability, what emotional strength, who has what lived experiences, who can understand. And because Jordan has spent all this time being petty, dragging her for not showing up in the way that he felt, he has not spent any time showing her that he could be of value in her circumstances. So when she don't call on his ass to actually help, it's not because she don't want his help. It's because he proved himself to be unhelpful. Very real. And for all the logical men in the damn room, be for real. If it wasn't considering you and men or people that look like you would be logically coming to the same goddamn conclusion. Ain't nobody just gathering up of people who can be useless in a goddamn boat and the boat got a hole in it. You niggas don't know how to scoop up a bucket of water to throw it out the damn boat while the boat is sinking. But I'm gonna grab a bunch of people who don't know to help me unsink my boat? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I would never pick you hoes up to begin with. Daquan says Jordan is not the right one for Layla. Micah says AA spending more time showing the breakdown of Jordala than they did the build up. That's the word. That's the word, Micah. That's the word. Kimberly says when she was with Spencer, he read up on her depression so he could understand her mental illness better, but that went out the window. So say that, Kimberly. Say it. Say it. Thank you. Kofi says, can we give Jordan time to get right? I mean, us men, he there, slowly, be patient, but in the real, he loves this woman. I believe he gonna hit her. He gonna hit it, get it together, because that's what you do for a person you care about. Kofi, I'm gonna touch your hand when I say this. No. Should I leave it at that, y'all? Should I leave it at that? I shouldn't leave it at that because it's Kofi. It's Kofi. He means well. People do not owe you time and space to figure out how to show up for them. If somebody is drowning and they need a lifesaver, they need a vest now, they should not be expected to wait for you to figure out how to untie one and come and run and bring it to them, because the circumstance that they in that's forcing them to drown, it's not going to stop and wait for you. So to ask the person to stop and wait for you is unrealistic. You can love somebody all you want. That does not mean that you know how to love them adequately for where they are in their lives. And if your love is not enough and you are requiring them to wait and it is causing them adverse harm, is that really love? It feels like narcissism and it feels like selfishness. Because while you are saying she needs to wait, he's going to figure it out because he loves her, she is still going through real life. And during that same time, he is not taking any cues, picking up any hints and or books. So you're also not even showing that you're trying to get it right. Jordan Baker has only come back and conceded in various moments when told to do so, after he has already created additional harm and conflict. So no, she don't have to wait, because waiting is also costing her. With love. Serene says the writer's doing this great storytelling with Layla and we have to deal with Jordan as her leading man. It's the catch-22 that I never thought we would have to struggle with. They said, "Fine, Erica, you want some more meaty ass Layla storylines here, but you're not getting it without Jordan Baker." And I'm just like, fine. Erica James says he loves her. He might love her in the best way that he knows how, but that still don't mean that it's enough. Shari says because he ain't got else going for himself. Points were made. Let me catch up. Kofi says to continue. Did I miss something else? Hold on. Oh, I think I missed one while you were going. Kofi says to continue that me speaking. If I'm Jordan in a situation, I handle it better. But damn, I have to reevaluate my position in a relationship. But regardless, I stand beside Jordan to get it right. You also need to stand beside Jordan to get it right outside of a relationship. If you really stand beside Jordan to get it right, it might mean that they actually break up so that she's free and not weighed down by certain expectations while he figures out how to show it better and how to be a better partner to this particular woman. I think we get too committed to various ideals and again shoulds, and then we force people into these boxes while we are still very much so inadequate. And it's like, you can go get better. Everybody can root for you to get better, but you do not have to hold on to this person like a damn anchor while you do. If you believe in her so much, if you love her so much, if you see it for her so much, but you also can't give her everything that she needs, release that girl. Release that girl while you do the work, and then you figure out how to run and catch up once you feel like you have done more work and you ready. But that's the conversation that y'all don't want to have. That's the scary part that everybody they want to step around. Jay says, I think that they actually work together. Jordan just has some growing up to do. But as far as the meds, she basically depended on them. As they get off them, she should have told him. So he's aware of it. Aware of it for what? He only even asks about the meds when it's something that he feels like it's off directed towards him. Nobody is getting me to offer up any information about myself if they only care about said information as it pertains to and affects them. I'm good. The exercise made me give it an 8. Angela says, I'm glad they were able to work on their relationships and friendships. Communication is key. Jay says, because you can see she was very anxious in the last scene and Jordan didn't know what to do. Yes. Jordan lacks empathy. A lot of men do. They aren't taught it, so a lot of them do. Sorry, P says, even if she should have told him, the way he reacted is the problem. Point. Case point match right there. What you think about Liv and Spencer's situation? We're gonna talk about it. I think that Spencer started out great and then went back to exactly the same bullshit that I'm struggling with him. I'm sorry, y'all. I have a freaking blackberry seed in my tooth and it's pissing me off. Give me 1 second. That's the only thing about eating blackberries. Those little ass seeds get lodged in your teeth. Anyway. Ashley Monique says, I get him being concerned about her not telling him about the decision, but his handling the situation is so childish. I can't imagine marrying someone like that. Period. Neil Love says he really should be asking why she didn't tell me. A lot of people should be asking why about a lot of things, and they don't. What about you made her not feel safe enough to share her struggle with you? That part. And you know what it gives me? And it's like low key a trigger for me. I hate this with a passion in my real life, y'all. Like, hate this. If I have an attitude or if I get frustrated or disappointed or whatever, if something that you do elicits a negative reaction for me, and then I communicate to you what the problem is, and you get mad at me for having a problem, I'm on your ass because you don't get to get mad at me for being mad, bitch. That's not how this works. Especially if you want to be in a relationship with me. That is the quickest way to get us to no longer be any goddamn thing. That is the quickest way. You want out of your friendship with me? Do that shit. You want out of the relationship with me? Do that shit. You want out of the familial bond? Because I will cut off a family member too. I'm not playing this goofy ass games. I have told my parents, you don't get to be mad because I am disappointed in your decision. You don't get to be mad because I'm mad that you hurt me. You need to deal with the hurt or don't come talk to me about nothing. Period. And this, the way that Jordan behaves gives very much so that. Not that she's necessarily mad at him in various situations, but it's like, well, what about me? It's not about you. Mike says the fact that it took Spencer to tell him to drop the judgment, sarcasm, and actually listen to her says a lot. Like his reaction to things is why she don't tell him nothing. That part, but they don't want to give her credit for that. Nobody wants to look at that. She should have told him. Create an environment for it to actually happen. You create a healthy, sustainable, safe environment, and then the person still don't choose to do certain things, then we can have a conversation. It was very clear. Very clear. Jordan expects all of this of Layla, and you don't want her to confide in Ryan. You don't want Ryan to service a need within her, yet you won't service the need as well. The need don't disappear because you're incapable of feeding it, honey. Message, did y'all catch it? The need does not disappear in the people that we love just because you might be a person who is incapable of fulfilling it. Clock it. Serene says, IDK, why the AA writers are holding on to these ships for dear life. Jordan lives with the privilege and doesn't understand life and people at all. At all. Their predator coach is going to throw up a roadblock for that wedding. I can't. Somebody needs you, child. Shari P says Jordan has no aspirations outside of his relationship with Layla, and why he's going to end up living in the baker's house asking Layla for some money after he uses all his trust fund money. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it because this might be the most unhinged. And you know what? Let me get some water before I do this because I feel like I'm about to start hollering. Give me 1 second, though. Let's talk about how Jordan Baker doesn't have any aspirations outside of this relationship and how I took it as national security threat one that he is threatening to impregnate this damn girl. Layla needs to be concerned. This boy is going to trap this girl. And I take that very seriously. And I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn how unhinged y'all believe me to be. The moment that he said the number 2 goal was to start a family with Layla and y'all are 20 years old, you are not able to meet her emotionally and mentally where she's at. All you could do is throw a goofy ass tantrum and saunter her off every time you don't get your way and or disappointed. This lady got the world on her goddamn back, handling big business, healing from generational ass trauma and trying to be the best woman that she could be. And the number one thing that's on your damn agenda is to impregnate her. That is a national security hazard. Layla, we are in trouble. I fear we are in danger, girl. We are in danger. We are in danger. And henceforth, I will be looking at Jordan Baker as the threat he is. Daquan says Jordan's not the right one for Layla. Kofi says, I'm going to stand beside Jordan Baker and Spencer James. You got to stand by my black man. We ain't perfect, but we trying, taking a day at a time. Standing beside your black man is holding them accountable. Standing beside them is not going along to get along. Standing beside them is not saying anything that they do is okay. Standing beside somebody and actually lifting them up is empowering them to do the right thing and correct their mistakes. That's the problem with black men within the black community. Too many of y'all want to stand beside each other, and y'all standing beside predators. Y'all standing beside pedophiles. Y'all standing beside abusers, because the image of supporting the black man is more important than the actual work. And the work is calling a thing a thing. You can love black men down, hence how black women love black men. You can love black men down and still expect them to rise to the goddamn occasion. If you cannot rise to the occasion of the woman that you're with, then you should not be with her. That's it. That's all. And that's the thing that I really just want more black men to get. Just because you can be honest and maybe critical of your fellow black man does not mean that there's not love there. That means that there actually is love there. The people who I don't give a fuck about, the people who there is no love, y'all get no voice of me. I don't have an opinion. If I don't give a fuck about it, I don't have an opinion. I am indifferent. None. But the moment I start saying something about something, the moment I start paying attention, the moment I pay my attention to something, that's when my love starts flowing to that thing. Regardless of what comes, whether it's oh, that's amazing, or oh, that could be a little bit better. Both of those are rooted in love. And we got to grow up and see that. Okay? We got to grow up and see that. Specifically, black men, y'all got to grow up and see that. Because the surface level, oh, I support black men, which means I can't point out anything that they're doing wrong. That is not love. That is performance. Okay? And the reason why black women have evolved in the way that they have in the last 30 years is because there's been other black women in the community holding each other accountable. Calling a thing. Telling sis, step your cookies up. Now she got 6 degrees and this, that. Like, all of that is happening with us. Those conversations are happening with us. They're not easy. They're very much so hard. Black women are at a place in articulating our feelings and a certain level of awareness, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, because some other person has helped pull that out of us. Some of my most meaningful, hard life conversations have happened between myself and some of my best women friends. And it helped me learn things about myself, learn things about them, but also walk into behaviors and thoughts that were more in line with the woman I wanted to be versus the woman that I am. Too many black men are going to stay the men that they are because no other black men are calling them up to be better and more. Because you think that the support means, oh, I can't criticize, or oh, I can't point out like, yo, this is not it. When that's the farthest thing from the truth. Y'all are evolving slower because of that mentality, unfortunately. The moment people expect more out of Jordan is the moment that Jordan becomes better. He showed more value last season when they got together. Now he's a liability. Period. Hey, Alana, welcome in. Child, we didn't got to the segment of the damn live where I'm reading black men and they about to get mad at me for it. But when I say it's all love, I promise you it's all love. Literally, me as a person, if it's not love, I do not give a fuck. I really don't. I thought it was a problem, a flaw in my personality, but I really believe it's my superpower. I do not give attention to shit I don't give a damn about. I don't. My father was yelling at me today. You don't know what's going on in the world. You want to be talking about Gaza and da-da-da-da-da. This is happening in Africa. I said, no. Such and such in the Congo. This is Somalia. Da-da-da-da. Like, I understand. but I can be a little bit more vocal because I can actually see what's happening in Gaza. But the people in Congo everybody don't have a damn cell phone, so they can record what's happening to them. They can't watch. I mean, they can't record the war crimes going on there. Well, you don't know about this man in Utah who got 56 women and such kids and polygamy, yada yada. I don't give a damn about that man in Utah. And well, that's the America you live in. That's the America. I don't give a shit about it. It won't be me. It won't be me. But Gaza, yes. 100%. Congo, yes. Haiti, yes. 100%. All day. Little random ass white people doing little random ass white people things. As long as it's not harming a black person. Do whatever the hell you gonna do over there, Fred. You got an estate and you got 56 women all married to you. Polygamy is illegal in the U.S. My father telling me this story. I'm like, I don't give a shit about what this man is doing. I don't care. Any of them black? No. I don't care. I don't care. Micah says everyone else has some real life goals going to the NFL, starting businesses, getting degrees, and all Jordan got going on is Layla. They played it off as a joke, but it ain't funny. It's pathetic. It is very much so given pathetic, but if I want to make it a little bit more PC, it's dangerous. That is dangerous. And I think that we're in a space now where we're starting to realize how dangerous that particular notion can be. It was sold to us in the late 80s, 90s, and early 2000s of like romantic notions and like, oh my God, all you care about is me. A person who does not have anything going for themselves and you are the center of their world can be a very dangerous person to whoever that center is, because the moment that you are no longer behaving or doing the things that they are expecting and they have hitched their entire life to you, now you are the major conflict, not only just the major star in their life. That's dangerous. It can read pathetic, but it can also read very dangerous. Sorry, peace. Joy Pickens a bum. Everyone around him has hopes and dreams, even Raggedy Asher, but then there's Joy. I can't. Kobe says, oh, that reach. If I heard it was respectfully like, what trap her? And who to say he can't make it to the NFL if the coach pushes him to reach his potential? This man did win 2 high school championships. QB1 is a dog. One of which has an asterisk on it because he only won because the refs did some bullshit and everybody knows it. So he's won one high school championship, and he won that one on the back of Spencer James. So now we are down to 0. Okay, cool. I'm not saying he can't make it to the NFL, but if it's not his job to be there, then he's not going to stay. Like, even like y'all literally take the point within y'all's supposed counterpoints. Coach Snake in the Grass is going to have to pull out all of his potential so that he gets to the NFL. So unless the coach of the team that he lands on also believes in him and chooses him as his guy, then they're back to square one. Because again, he does not have the ambition himself, which is the problem. I have no problem if he actually had the ambition himself, if he actually wanted to be a dog in the position that he's in, as you so quote unquote say. But you literally said that so-and-so got to pull it out of his ass. Nobody is going through life with you. And y'all can tell me if y'all live in a different existence. But as far as I'm concerned, I have not seen nobody walk along my life with me all of these years and pull me to my damn goals. And when I did not have goals, which was never a thing for me, create the goddamn goals for me and then pull me to them. That's not how this works. So like this little soft panty handy, oh, I want to see if we're joining heat. I just believe magically. Like, okay, pray to God and hope God's gonna work on his heart and his spirit, but he still gotta have it in him. That gets to a point in life where it cannot be on you, it gotta be in you. And that's when the deviation and the differences actually happen. That's when you separate the people who really bout it and the people who not bout it. And like Kobe, I feel like you're looking at it like I just hate Jordan or I don't have nothing positive to say. I'm going off of what the hell he gives us. You want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but he needs to take on some burden of proof. Your point literally says that somebody else has to be involved. Spencer James, from the moment that we have met him, didn't give a who was involved. He knew he's getting into the NFL. That's just different. It's not on him, it's in him. And you can't just give Jordan things that we have watched other characters work for. It's unfair and very unrealistic. But you know, not to say you specifically, Kofi, but society gonna cape down for a little biracial man with a great face. He ain't gotta do much work in his life. So why should he have to work for his own goals, huh? That's a little shade just for everybody, not for Kofi specifically. Child, you so messy says, dang, I missed the whole hour of this. Did y'all read Olivia for Filthy yet? No, we've been stuck on Jordan ass. We've been stuck on Jordan and uplifting Layla. That's it. Why the pill pop? Oh shit, refresh. Why the pill popper? Who popping pills? Why the pill popper? Getting an excuse. You talking about Layla? Erica, stop it. Stop it. Hey, Shinobu. I hear you on your commentary about black men, though it's a process, but points were made and your points are valid. And unlike these weak-minded Negroes out here, I can take what you're saying with nuance. I appreciate that, Kofi. I appreciate that. Hopefully, you know, each one teach one, and every week we grab another black man. I don't know. The launch report might have checked out like Erica's on some bullshit today. Okay, but Jordan ate her when in that scene where she said it's not his business that she's off her meds, and he said, but it's your business partner. He didn't actually eat her. He didn't, because that was his quick quip. And that was the main thing. Honestly, he ate himself up because you're more focused on the jealousy tied to why does your business partner know more. But the only reason why the business partner knows is because he clocked it. And he offered resources and or information that he had based on the experiences that she was experiencing, which goes back to Jordan ain't got shit to offer, which is why he don't get the information. He didn't eat her up. He did not realize how deficient he is, which is part of the problem. I wish Layla would actually communicate how deficient he is. Kofi out here fighting for Jordan Baker's life. And I'm standing on business with it. The moment he threatened to impregnate her is the moment I said, oh, I'm not going hard enough. Because what you're not going to do is ruin Layla's life for real, for real. That's what you're not going to do. At least not without a fight from Erica. He declared war tonight, if you ask me, on last night. Jordan Baker declared war, and I'm with it. I'm ready. I'm charged up, if you will. Who only gets dragged in defensive line? Is Layla? Erica James, you are in rare form in this damn chat tonight, honey. Solomon says just food for thought regarding episode 6. Chris and Olivia's relationship didn't last long enough to get shared acronym Crolivia. Is that a question? Chris came up in this episode? Coach Mac is going to hit on Jordan. Lord have mercy. Anyway, the point is that Spencer highlighted the boundaries in his relationship with Olivia regarding Ashley. However, Chris didn't articulate this as well regarding Asher. Okay. I see that. And not you point out a pattern for Olivia Baker, which is just going to fuel the narrative of what her ass has not actually changed, like we have been propagandized to believe. Jordan has to be stroked on everything he does. Points were made, Angela, and that's just not how the real life works. Last time I checked, life be whooping people's ass, including mine, every now and again. And ain't nobody coming to pat me like, oh, it's okay. Go listen to earlier Erica video. She admitted she did that. Did what? What did I admit to? From what I was reading in y'all's comments, Olivia got passes early on from me. Yes. Uh, she definitely did. But I've been on her ass for quite a while now. Now that's my brand, and people hate me for it. So, at this point, I have more videos on Olivia's ass than I do giving her passes. He says I like Chris with Olivia, but she messed that up running behind Asher. Yep, point blank. Period. Shanoa says for a quarterback, he sure don't got no go get his spirit. But Kofi called him a dog. I ain't seen dogs saunter off as much as I've seen Jordan Baker. He love a little sashay out the room for dramatic effect. He love it. Eats it up. Jordan doesn't want to go to the NFL. Maybe if Layla was in the NFL, he would. He would. But she ain't, so. Period. You know what? It's fine because Jordan got Kofi standing on the other end, lying to the world about what his actual dreams and hopes and aspirations are. So between the two of them, he gonna be all right. One thing about me, I'm a lioness lame liar. One thing about me, I am a lioness lame liar, but I don't lie. I don't get it, Erica. Jordan never had that drive. Everyone has to hold his hand like a child that he is. Yep, Spencer has made changes in his plans to reach making it to the NFL. He has made changes, but he's always been motivated internally. And why did they have GW and Grandma Wendy flirt this episode? Child, the whole Laura Baker go get a man storyline, I was pissed from the very beginning. Mama Fine, don't piss me off because it's only been a year and a couple months and this man is dead. He ain't gonna leave her for another woman. He ain't gonna have a midlife crisis. He died. And you trying to put on a damn dating app? You trying to throw her into a pool of piss and shit after her husband died? She already had to heal from a previous transgression and lie and make it and then find their way back to one girl. Mama Fine, again, don't piss me off. Layla deserves so much better. Justice for Layla, period. So we just eat up the Baker twins every week. We ain't even get to live yet. Period. The Baker bunch gets eaten up every week. Except for Laura. Laura is only the damn the exclusion. So we're gonna talk about GW and Grandma Wendy vibing or not. Cause I peeped it. Weird. And also, like, this is a critique specifically for the writers because they pissed me off so often. Why is GW back with this big ass smile on his face and we didn't even see him at Billy's funeral? He back to put the moves on Mama Fine, but he's been missing in action. So when did Florida stop calling your damn name and you just pop up here now? It'd be too convenient, bro. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I'm still processing if I'm okay with them two kicking it. But it was just too convenient. And then Mama Fine pushing the agenda of Laura getting into dating apps. It's piss of shit there. Why would you send your daughter there? I don't give a damn what luck you're having. It's piss and shit in the dating pool. And her husband just died, ma'am. It's too soon. When Spencer said boundaries, I had a flashback to Damon and Simone. Oh, in what way? Angela says, so why does Liv only love Spencer when someone else is on his jock? Who else is on his jock? Yeah, I don't have a ton to talk about when it comes to GW and Mama Fine. I could get used to it, but Mama Fine, calm the hell down. Just be there with your daughter. You want her to have fun, you want her to experience life, then go and do stuff with her. Pushing her off of some man is not the way, honey. It's not the way. Have you not heard, seen? These men are stressful. Some of them are fighting for Jordan Baker's life in my comment section. It's hard out here, okay? I love you, Kofi. Angela, how so when both Chris and Asher pointed out that Liv had feelings for Spencer when they dated? But I think that when Liv was dating Chris, maybe in a way of like hyper fixating and not pursuing Spencer out of respect for for Layla's relationship with Spencer, she hyper focused on Asher. She wasn't ever present in a relationship that she was in at the time, and that's her problem. And I would argue that that's also happening in a relationship with Spencer. She ain't had to do much. She's always chasing something outside the damn relationship. Jordan Baker could never be Russell Wilson because he don't understand empathy. He don't put others first. He is always focused on himself. Do not disrespect Russell Wilson in that way. I have no idea what kind of man he is on the field, but he makes a bunch of money, so it feels like he's very talented and very good. But the way that man appears to show up within that relationship with Sierra is taken care of, honey. Sierra is provided for. There is provision, and not just monetarily. Jordan Baker could never. Kofi, not too much. Not too much. Yeah, the Laura storyline was super weird. Super weird and too soon for me. Oh, the Lawrence report is still in here. I ain't run you away. They damn near forced Laura into dating again, and I thought GW didn't like white people like that. Sorry, the points make themselves. So now in one episode, not only have we brought this man back, but we couldn't get him back for his son's funeral, but he also come back and he got jungle fever. Oh, okay. Knowing how unserious the writers of this show are, they're going to have Preach and Laura date. Why? Listen, we might got to stop watching the moment that happens. However, it definitely could be a possibility with what we're dealing with. Nia Love says Jordan has a codependency issue, but we've been knew that starting from the womb with Olivia, then with his dad, Spencer Simone, and now Layla. That we've never seen him in counseling is a wasted op, period. And if y'all continue to have Spencer or Dylan or anyone who truthfully knows Spencer continue to propagandize us with the idea that Spencer and Jordan are brothers, I might now pose as that actually might be my villain origin story. Having to hear every single week that Jordan and Spencer are brothers, because they are not. They never will be. Stop trying to make fetch happen and hit the like button while y'all are watching. It's 80 of y'all up in here. I need more likes on this live. Jordan is not Spencer's fucking brother. How many times did this boy gotta tell you that? He don't like you, Spencer. He half like you when he do like you. You are a means to an end, but ultimately the only source of motivation in his life, because the spite and the animosity that he has for you is the most consistent thing that he has ever had. They are not brothers. Stop saying that. The moment that you stop looking at Jordan Baker as a brother is the moment your life will improve. You are having expectations for people who can never meet it. You are breaking your own heart. We saw GW at the funeral. I don't recall that, y'all. I don't recall seeing GW at the funeral. Hey, Justine, welcome in. Oh, did he? Okay. So then Kobe says that he was at the funeral, so he would know. I feel like he wasn't active enough. I feel like the way that they moved through the Billy dying storyline, it was not enough people. That little sparse ass funeral, like everything about it felt weird. So maybe I am doing revisionist history. So my bad. Who is Mama Fine? Grandmama Fine. Laura on plenty of fish. About to get ate up. About to get ran through. She literally has all of this money, all of this power, and y'all gonna put her ass on a damn dating app? For why? Layla breaking the glass at the end of the episode reminded me of the scene where Layla breaking stuff at her own house in the finale of season 1. That's real. Come on, connections. Some people are ready to date sooner than others. Maybe Laura feels like it's time to get back out there. But the whole episode was her saying, I don't feel like it's time to get back out there. If she had the thought herself and it wasn't being forced upon her by her damn mama, I wouldn't have no problem with it. But I'm standing with her of like, y'all not about to make this lady start dating because it's time. Who the hell are you to tell her that? Preaching Laura dating on All American Next Generation. I don't know why they setting a date for a wedding that's not going. Jordan should have apologized to Spencer in this episode. That issue is not only Spencer's fault, period. And him standing there all smug, like, yeah, you are the problem, pissed me off to no end. Ugh. I meant playing style, not personality. Don't drag me like that. Okay. Again, I don't know Russell Wilson on the field, but Russell Wilson as a person gives us upper echelon. Okay. And we have never put upper and or echelon in a sentence with Jordan Baker. I'm glad that you clarified, Kofi. Look at Spencer's past relationship and how Liv's acts. When she gets with Spencer, she is putting everything in front of their relationship. I think points were made. I think there's a little bit more to unpack there. Dylan is going to get with Layla and she will be happy. Hello. Listen, I got the man that Dylan is 10 years from now being so great and equally aligned with Layla Keaton. Way more. Layla will still be waiting on Jordan's ass to get it together, and Dylan will have already arrived and surpassed the place that she needs for a partner and be a perfect match. Messing around with Jordan Baker. I hope GW and Wendy don't get together, at least for Liv and Jordan's sake. But the Baker Bunch sake. If that's the case, then I'm rooting for them to get together because I need them Baker twins to know to not know peace for some time. They exact too much menacing on everybody else, and I need to get to the point where they don't know peace. Because I'm tired. Princess pulling Jordan to the dreams of going to the NFL. He need to drop the damn dead weight. Do you think the writers will ever let Jordan and Spencer not be friends / brothers? I think they need to if they actually want the series to continue. But if it's ending soon, then no. Jordan and Spencer are not brothers, period. Jordan does not treat Spencer as a brother. Like in real life, IDK, how you come back from a brother trying to sabotage your NFL dreams. Like, that's crazy. Hello. Jordan is not Spencer's brother, and I need Spencer to realize that. Darnell was more of a brother to him than Jordan has ever been. Period. The writers are trying to gaslight us into Jordan and Spencer are brothers the same way that they wanted us to believe that Layla and Livs are besties. Exactly. Like, y'all don't get to just say it and it's so. Where's the proof? Hey, RK, welcome in, boo. Remember when GW spoke to Laura before and after the wake? I don't remember, but I would have to go back and rewatch it. I don't remember. That whole era was definitely a blur for me, y'all, because I really don't believe that Billy should be dead. So that's also, again, that's me. That's me. I could be tuning out things because all of that is traumatic as fuck to think about. There are various moments within seasons of this series that I cognitively don't recall readily. And I think it's my brain sparing me from the very real feelings that I have about those particular moments. And yes, it's a TV show, but they elicit very real emotions. Like freaking Vegas and in the episodes surrounding the Vegas episode back in season 3, a lot of that is a blur for me that I have to rewatch if I ever want to speak upon it, because I block it out because I have such visceral feelings about it. So I could have totally like written GW out because I didn't feel like he was as active as I expected him to be. And that's on me. Both Baker twins need to give Spencer a sincere apology. Have been needing to. Just at this point, don't hold your breath, because that apology is never coming. They are going to continue to exact upon you goofiness, triflingness, and utterly ridiculous behavior, and you will never get an apology for it. Erica, who is hating on Layla? I have not seen no Layla hate yet. So I don't know what you're talking about, girl. But there's plenty of Jordan hate, and they are not the same. They are two very different people. RK said he didn't look like he was at the funeral, but he was definitely in the house during the funeral time. Oh, okay. Okay. But he wasn't physically in the church. I don't remember him physically being in the church, but that's just me. Again, it could be my issue. Olivia has always been secret hating ass friend of Layla's. I don't think Jordan didn't acknowledge him as a brother until he had a concussion. They need to find another brotherly figure for Spencer, because light skin face ain't it. Period. Delayla. I actually like Delayla. Delayla is it. I love that name. Oh yeah, Patience is Layla's friend. For sure. Every time I rewatch, I skip his death because my aunt died during that time, and it just gives me PTSD. That's real. That's very real. Rest in peace to your aunt, and I'm sorry for your loss. Jordan has always been jealous of Spencer, so that really clouded how he treats Spencer as a brother. And the fact that y'all not biologically linked, we can go ahead and let the title go, because it's just never going to happen, Gretchen. We can stop trying to make fetch happen. Layla and Patience give best friends more than Layla and Liv do, but the show, they want to keep saying that Liv and Layla are best friends without showing us. Period. Period. Okay. So I need to get to it. We already an hour and a half in, and I ain't talked about Spencer and Liv. Spencer and Liv. Almost had it. You gotta be quicker than that. Spencer, you said what needed to be said and walked off on her ass, so she didn't even get a chance to rebut. And I had been waiting for that moment. So it's just so sweet. It was music to my ears. Only for you to double back at the end of the episode, still apologize, and still put yourself in a position to do most of the work within the relationship that you were already doing most of the work for? Drake? Like, that's the energy I got for Spencer right now. What are we talking about? I get it. Olivia is stunning. I get it. She could be smart at times. I get it. This is your dream girl, but stop. This is ridiculous. It is ridiculous how hard you have to work within this relationship at 21 years of age, sir. Do you know what you could do with the energy that you are cultivating and pushing this girl's way? That she is benefiting off of and or not reciprocating in the least? Golly. Why could we have not just written on the fact that he called her out for getting a little bit too close to the area where the cheating is at? Why can't we just stand on that? Why can't we just sit in that? You didn't want to tell him what the pronouns were because you didn't want to lose this friendship with Ashley. Let's go deeper. Was the friendship with Ashley more important than your relationship? Oh, we don't get to ask that question? Was the life that you living in London more fitting and more important than the life that you live in Beverly Hills? Oh, we don't get to ask that question? It's like we stopped the smallest bit under the surface, and there were so many more places to go. And no, I'm not trying to beat Olivia over the head with her transgression or her transgression light, but it's time. It's time for her to be held accountable to certain things, and not specifically because she owes Spencer an explanation and, oh, you need to know how terrible you're doing, Spencer, but also for the simple fact of you getting to the bottom of these questions will help you as a person. It will help you understand why you're doing what you're doing. It's forcing her to be honest with herself and Spencer, so it's benefiting everybody involved. But we want to save this relationship so damn bad that we wind up sacrificing ourselves, and I'm sick of it. It's the most annoying tug and pull about a relationship that's not even given anymore. I'm over it. This shit is annoying. Every bit of tension that we get to watch with them, it's like, what are we doing this for? Y'all can break up now. Be done with it. I don't want to watch it. I don't give a fuck. You aren't even getting much of anything out of this relationship but some pussy. What are we talking here? She don't feel safe. You don't feel safe. Y'all are dancing on the surface level of y'all's goddamn relationship, but we gotta make it work because we're destined to be together. Destiny's nuts, because y'all are on my nerves. Okay? Destiny's nuts. I heard Darnell's coming back for the 100th episode. Where'd you hear that? So that everybody know that Layla was off her meds, but Jordan, it felt like it. It felt like it. But it also feels like everybody else asks Layla specific and intentional questions whenever we see them interact. I wish they would have given us more to show how her and Spencer got to the point that they got to. But when Spencer and Layla talk, that shit is intentional and specific and tuned in. Oh, all right, all right, all right. Justine says, it's true. She has liked both men. Layla was serious about Liv Spiral seems to hurt Layla, starting with Asher. The Lawrence report says, yeah, Little Birdie mentioned Darnell's coming back for an episode. Well, can y'all tell me what Little Birdie before I speak on it in my DMs if you don't want to say it here publicly? I heard Clay is coming back. That's Layla's match. Quiet as kept, period. I think that Clay's coming back too, but mine is literally just speculation based off of like some stuff. Again, like I pay attention to some of the stuff that some of the actors are putting up, and I know with them being certain places, like I know the Warner Brothers lot really, really well, and seeing certain things, I'm like, oh, you film it. Oh, all right, got it. Not Olivia is despicable. I didn't think she was all that. But we might need to entertain it. We gonna put it on the table for discussion. Nancy says, I'm the captain of Olivia fan club, so tread lightly. Baby, I don't have no lights to tread. I ain't got it in me. So it's up to you to manage your emotions or whatever comes out of my mouth. The same way that I will get with Kofi on some I'm gonna get with the Bolivians on some your girl needs to step her cookies up. I will do that. 100%. Kofi says, what you think about Spencer confronting Ashley in the promo? Not if you buck Ashley, you don't want those problems. I don't get to see the promo, y'all. Let me go watch it real quick now, because I don't be watching. I watch the show on the CW app, and they don't show the promo at the end like they do on TV. So I don't see it. Let me see. American. Oh, I gotta make sure I ain't about to get copyright, y'all. Wait a minute. Wait 1 second. Let me mute. Is this Firefox? It's Firefox. Can y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? Let me see, just so I can make sure I don't get copywritten, y'all, because the CW be ready to flag my ass. Let me tell you, the stuff I have to be fighting in the background makes it so hard to create this goddamn content. Who texted me? My father is so damn stressful, y'all, but I love that man. All my heart. I'm trying to make sure I don't have no copyright issue. Okay, great. Y'all can't hear it. All right, I'm gonna watch in a second. Let me catch up to the chat real quick. Um, Olivia cheated. Period. Did what she say? I don't know if it's as clear as Olivia cheated. But it's very interesting because we were having a conversation last week about did Spencer cheat, and he goes to articulate a lot of what y'all were saying last week. So, since we having a conversation, we got to nail down this definition. Kofi, I'm gonna come back to the promo because I got it pulled up. I gotta watch it. Nia Love says she played and is still playing in that man's face. Neither of them mention one another in his future. That's all I needed to hear. Hello. Or in their future adjacent, like the space for someone else. Just saying, since the writers refuse to let Olivia be wrong, same for Jordan a lot. This show will go downhill if they don't start having them take real responsibility. It's becoming a turnoff for the show. You are arriving at the point that I arrived to in season 4. And I'll be a lot ahead of my time oftentimes, but that's literally what I realized in season 4. Like, at what point are they going to take responsibility for their ways? We all have flaws. We all have issues. We all are not perfect. But at what point are we going to take responsibility, start working towards some of it, any of it? Somebody. She is pretending to stay in a relationship. That is still haunting their relationship to this day. Because it gives very much so that Liv has been masking her entire life. And you want us to be convinced the mask has come off, but it feels like the mask only has come off in London, babe, and we don't know her. We still don't know her because when you brought your ass back, you put the mask back on. Micah says Damon and Simone's emotional attachment while she was in a relationship crossed the boundary, even though they didn't cheat. Damon had feelings, and Simone knew that, similar to the Liv and Ashley. I don't know. I would have to sit with that thought for a second because I don't know if I can say that Liv and Ashley are the same, but I also don't have no visibility around Liv and Ashley's relationship specifics the way that I do Simone and Damon. And Angela says you would think she would have more emotional intelligence with her working with a sponsor. Child, we know her sponsors ain't worth their weight in salt, and she ain't worth her weight in salt as a damn sponsor. So that's neither here nor there. Micah says they tiptoeing around each other because they don't want to do or say something that could end the relationship. But this dance they doing in and off is in itself is ruining an already ruined relationship. Period. And it brings me to the point of like, you don't want the relationship to end. Why? Because even when I think about that, it's like, you don't want to lose this relationship, but I don't feel anything behind that, because you are the most grounding force, because you are my safest space, because you really get me. I don't get any of that behind it. It's like almost, I don't want the relationship to end off principle. If you don't fuck the principle, let's go. Because that's all, it stops there. I don't want to lose you. Why? What benefit am I to your life? What addition am I providing for your life? What impact am I making in your life? You two have now created lives that are not impacted by one another, which is how you've been able to be in this surface level relationship as she came back this semester. So, okay, cool. In theory, you don't want this relationship to end, but now we got to get past theory and get into practicum, baby. And it's the why. Why don't you want this relationship to end? Oh, you don't know? Then it needs to end. RK says, what would it take for you to like Olivia again? Because she's starting to get on my nerves too. Dislike Olivia. I think, especially in this season, I have been a lot more intentional in naming my feelings and like figuring out where in my body I'm holding certain tension around specific characters and all of that. And I think that in the past seasons, in addition to me struggling with her particular character, I also struggled a lot with the hate and disrespect that I was receiving. So sometimes the character would also get my response to that particular hate, because I do feel like I was bullied and harassed online behind this particular character. I don't think that I actually hate Olivia. I think I'm disappointed in Olivia. And I think that she was one of my favorite characters and she's not anymore. And I don't think that she ever goes back to being one of my favorite characters. I think that who she actually is as a person is not who I thought she would be. And I thought that we were given in the beginning. And that innately means that I never really aligned or identified with her in any real way like I did at the very beginning, because I fell in love with a person that she was not. Similar to Spencer, I think. But that's a really great question. Thank you. Spencer and Liv's relationship is definitely off this season. It needs to end. Hey Nene, welcome in, boo. When she said she was afraid to lose Ashley as a friend, that told me everything I needed to know about their relationship. If she truly loved him, that'd be a risk she was willing to take. Can you expand? Because I think I understand what you're saying, but I don't want to put words in your mouth. Kimberly Photo says, I wonder how she went to AA meetings when she was in London. That's interesting. They should give us that information, honestly. Chris didn't enforce boundaries with Olivia. He quit. Jordan did the same thing with with Damon. Wow, that's an interesting perspective, actually. Clay's only a few years older. That's what I thought. Like, Clay is at max like 3 or 4 years older than Layla. Kobe says, I'm not trying to see Spencer sad again. If they break up and potentially break another black woman's heart, because he ain't overlived. No, I'm cool on that. So hopefully they get it together, period. Kofi. You are really making me use my big girl brain tonight. And I'm trying to handle you with kid gloves. But you are stressing me out. You are stressing me out, Kofi. Spencer will be sad again. Whether Olivia is the cause or some other shit in life disappoints him, hurts him, frustrates him, he will be disappointed. He will be sad again. So to say that you just don't want them to break up because you don't want him to be sad, it's completely ridiculous. Okay. And with that logic, do you want him to stay with this woman and be miserable within the relationship, also that he doesn't have to handle the unknown and the misery that might come in the transitional period of leaving the relationship, leaving the known, and then figuring out what he actually wants and needs. I really appreciate you posting the comments that you do. So please, please, please do not stop. Please do not stop. I really mean that. But when you post these comments, I am forced to reconcile with, this is how some of y'all really believe or really think. And it makes so much sense, but it also saddens me because this is how we make excuses for settling in life. This is how we craft the narrative that keeps us in loveless relationships, loveless marriages, that keeps us from fully experiencing the heights that are available to us within romantic love. And I struggle with it because I'm like, I don't know what to do about that. Like, I can only sit and say what I say on these lives, and I have my perspective, but I don't know how to take what I see and like place it in everybody's head so like people can free themselves from the shackles of mediocre ass love and taking the bare minimum of what people give you because you believe that that's what you deserve because that's all that that person has to give. It took me taking a bunch of lumps, loving people in the ways that I could, and people loving me in the best ways that they could, and me realizing there's some dissonance there and desiring more, and then realizing that I'm not wrong for desiring more. And now I'm at a place where I see it differently. I don't know what to do to get that for you. And I desperately want to. I desperately want you to not cling to Spencer not leave and live so that he don't have to experience a season of sadness. Because he already experiences seasons of sadness within this relationship. Doreen said Olivia be running over Black Lives Matter murals, asking to switch seats during hit and runs, and keeping close secrets with friendships with no accountability. Okay. All of that's happening within the relationship. Because it deserves that? Child. Um, y'all better stop. Y'all better stop playing into Erica James' hands. She has been saying Wade and Olivia getting together since the very beginning. If y'all know like I know, y'all better stop. Because that is a hill she gonna die on, honey. I hope Ashley don't know Taekwondo. That's hilarious. Spencer and Liv need to have a serious convo about their relationship and their future together. This week episode only touched the surface. It really did. And it had so much potential. I think Spencer handled it brilliantly in how he articulated the issue. And then they just walked it back. Nigel, are they trying to ship Grandpa Willie and Nana Wendy? Yes. Good night, Dominic. Thank you so much, boo. Alexandria says when Spencer not with Liv, he apologizing. When he is with her, he still apologizing. This is BS, especially with the I've changed grown angle they were pushing. Period. The Baker twins are great at spiraling. Period. You need my reactions on the trailer. I'm gonna watch it on here. I just wanted to come back and get caught up with the chat real quick. That's why Ashley said she's different in LA. 100%. Is Clay clingy? If Clay's clingy, what do you call Jordan? Period. Olivia needs to check why she invited most of the Vortex on the trip that Spencer only asked for her to come on. I don't think she wanted to be alone with him and confront their issues. She wanted buffers, period. Liv and Spencer should be friends. I think they feel they owe each other something, i.e., the shooting in a car accident. Ooh. Well, let's speak to that because what is it? Golly. Solomon says a woman's support, loyalty, and fidelity with respect are all that's needed. Here's avoiding per usual. We know how that usually ends up for her. Yep. Erica, we all know Liv Smith's relationship is for the fans only. Their relationship serves zero purpose and hasn't for a while now. But I am weary. I'm tired of this, Grandpa. The writers are telling us it's just too Solomon says that wouldn't really benefit Spencer. He did say he was more relaxed in the time that she was gone. The friendship will only lead to unfulfilled wants and needs. But it also don't feel like he want anything from her. It feel like that year they were gone, he wasn't putting real ridiculous expectations on her. So much so that she was able to cultivate this whole life, and then he still was there when she got back. So like them being friends, I don't actually think would be a problem because that's what they are now. They just happen to still bump uglies. And I honestly would say they kind of barely friends because you ain't divulging stuff about y'all's lives to one another. So there's that. This is a relationship in name only, and honestly, out of like duty versus anything. He already said it. He stayed sad and miserable with her. I can't. If Olivia stayed a few months longer, she would have been more attached to Ashley than she is now, and who knows what would have happened. Ooh, that's real. That's real. Kobe said, "Damn, what I did." I just want the best for you, friend. Like I really do, and I know that your heart be in the right place. But I just feel like you have been indoctrinated like a lot of men to believe things to be a certain way, and you have way more power than you believe, and you don't have to identify with certain ideals. Things can be wrong, and you can call a thing, and you can still be a positive person with very real expectations of others to be what they need to be to deserve you in their life. So that's where a lot of my thoughts are rooted in. I just want clarification. Has he been miserable in this season, specifically the past seasons? You got it. I'm not gonna argue on that. But for the most part, they have not annoyed me. They have not annoyed you, Kofi, because you have a very low bar. Like they are annoying. They seem off. This feels like a relationship of obligation, not of actual love and connection. And most people have actually seen it. While he hasn't seemed miserable this season about this particular relationship, they also spoke to in this episode how it has been very surface level. So he has had to do the emotional and mental labor of not going too deep and figuring out how to find what he needs elsewhere outside of his relationship, all because he's stepping on eggshells as it pertains to this relationship. So while it doesn't look the same as the miserableness that we saw in previous seasons that were a direct tie to Olivia's actions and what was happening within the circumstances of their lives, it's still indirectly some type of like negative emotions tied to what's going on with their relationships because they can't even be truthful to one another and they don't feel safe with one another. Spencer, don't let Liv keep you from finding no one because she ain't it. Period. Don't let your boyfriend stop you from finding your husband. Fellas, don't let your girlfriend stop you from finding your wife. Saxon says yes and no. I think Spencer articulated fine at first, but then he started assigning things to her that we can't prove and say are true. Yep. Serene says it's the writers know the issues in Bolivia's relationship, but they don't want to commit and lose the fan base. That's real. That's very real. Hashtag Coop for standing on Olivia's neck this episode. I love it. I just wish she would have kind of stood more because they are not going to work. And if anybody's going to be able to spot that, it needs to be Coop with her mature ass. Micah says maybe it's a thing where after all they did and the people they hurt, Layla, they feel like they have to make it work or all the pain would have been for nothing. So it comes off as force. Well, the pain is and all of that is for nothing because whether y'all in now or y'all in later, y'all asses are ending. Stop dragging everybody along during the process because now it's just making it worse. Spencer saved their relationship by reminding Olivia the boundaries, point blank, period. The relationship is saved? That's hilarious. Emily Felder says, I have a feeling the writers are going to give stans what they want, especially Spolivia fans. That's what I got from the interview from Monet. I haven't read the interview or watched the interview, so I don't know. Micah says, don't come for me, but Spencer and Layla in this space, they are right. More perfect together. The Baker twins only drag both of them down. I ain't coming for you. I don't know about the people in the chat, but I ain't coming for you because I made the point at the very top of this live that Spencer and Layla were very aligned in this episode. In their respective circumstances, mentally, they were very aligned. And if situations was different, I think that they both would not be struggling the way that they are struggling. I'm going to just say that. I know this nigga did her wrong. I know this nigga don't never deserve another chance. However, certain things are also true. Multiple things can be true at once, and they are very much so aligned mentally and emotionally. And their partners can never. And she says, I wonder what Spencer says in the journal he gave her to read. I hate that. I really hate that. I get what he's trying to do, but I hate that he gave her that. He's always given so much to this girl. Solomon says Spencer is the only one that knows how to save a relationship. Chris fell back. Asher was beaten. Wife is a daily choice. Nothing keeps two people together more than them thinking that it's them against the world. Hello. Hello. When the op is literally them the whole time. Okay, I caught up with the chat, so now I can watch this. I can watch this godforsaken trailer. All right. Y'all ain't gonna be able to hear the trailer, but y'all can at least watch my reactions. Only 19 seconds though, so I might have to replay it. Ashley makes me so giddy. I can't. And I don't even like him like that. But it's something about his energy. I don't know. I gotta find it. I gotta name it. I gotta figure it out, y'all. And then I'll come back and I'll name it for y'all. But I don't have an articulate. I'm gonna replay it. Layla is always stunning like Greta. Okay. Y'all, the first 2 seconds, Jordan tiptoeing in. Layla got this little hammer. Jordan tiptoeing in, all cautious. He's not capable. And this is no shade to him. He's just out of his depths. He cannot be of service here. Go somewhere and find something to do. Because you're taking up space for somebody who could actually be of service. Okay, let me see what Preach saying. Life is built on perception and reality. Patience is going through. Okay, Asher. But isn't that the Beverly uniform? Why it's way at the beach house? You're not welcome here. Miko is not worth your sanity, period. Help me help you. She cannot. While she's busy trying to help herself, she's busy not drowning. And now she got Big Doofy who decided to jump in to save her. And lo and behold, he can't swim. So now she got to try to save him while trying to save herself. That's what that is, y'all. That's the best analogy I can give you. That is what that is. So now she got to worry about saving a drowning ass Jordan while she's trying to save a drowning ass Layla. It's too much. You should not have jumped your ill-equipped, non-swimming ass in the water. These bakers are pissing me off so bad. I'm fine. You don't seem fine. Daniel Ezra, Daniel, the way that you play Spencer down, he be so intentional with Spencer's movements. It's the you don't seem fine, all slow and control and like, yeah. But Ashley is standing right there. We just need a moment. Olivia, you are in trouble, I fear. Because who the fuck is we? Spencer, to say something else to me, bro, is wild. Okay? To say something else to me is wild. Didn't the girl just tell you she ain't want to lose Ashley? Now you finna knock his head loose and she gonna have to choose. And I don't know if you want to put her in this particular predicament because at this point we don't know that she's choosing you. Okay, I gotta run that part back real quick. And he's taller than Spencer. Child. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all for making me watch that. That was funny. That tickled me. That tickled me, honey. Let me see what y'all saying in this chat. Where did I leave off? They needed to show the signs of Spela. That would be such a hard sell. Like having Spela spin the block would be such a hard thing to get over in a very real way. Not get right or wrong. To get people to be comfortable with and root for. Also, why the writer's scared to let Layla and Spencer have a 2-minute convo alone and connect as friends? Sad child. Wonder how it would play out if he did not make it in time to see her off to London. Ooh. Leela and Spencer still need to have an actual conversation and finally truly settle the drama they went through. I feel like they are trying to allude to that happened off screen. Jordan saying, help me help you irritates me so bad because she can't help you figure out how to be there for her. She trying to help herself. Jordan needs to do the selfless thing and let her go. Yes. Yes. That. All of that. Even if they don't ever date again, Spencer and Layla could be an amazing support system for one another because they are both like-minded. They are so like-minded and hyper ambitious. They could really be the best of friends for real. Yeah, they could. Spencer is happy with Olivia. It's not Spencer that's holding back, withdrawn from trauma. However, he was able to correctly identify the issue with Olivia that brought true benefit to the relationship. Okay. Layla is going to dump Jordan and his feelings will be hurt. He'll be all right. Three, you feel me? Who is we, Ashley? Using we with somebody else's mate in front of them is diabolical work. It's diabolical work. Shari says Jordan wasn't there when Layla was deep in her depression and was disruptive. So this is his first time actually seeing it. Yeah. And he need to catch up on his own time. You better find a fucking spark notes or something, sir, because he cannot come back and try to bring your ass along. He said, not both hands in the air. I'm low-key here for this mess. I'm here for this mess that Ashley is stirring up. It's the only good stuff that's actually happening on the show, aside from Layla's development in relation to her storyline around her meds and her depression. Other than that, the rest of the shit is a snooze fest. Ashley may not like Liv when she gets drunk and puts him in a bad situation. I don't know if Liv gets drunk anymore. Everyone is taller than Daniel. Jordan has really few character development. Come to think of it, he gets things right and figures things out here and there. I think that Jordan rarely ever gets things right. I think that the writers write things for him. Unpack that. I think that Jordan does not get it right very often. You don't need couples pay love, but they can be friends that talk. Please, hello. I would definitely take that. Ashley was like, Spencer, can you let me talk to my wife over here? Ashley, it was very much so given that Serene, or was that Serene? Yeah, Serene said, Ashley said, Spencer, can you let me talk to my wife in private? I hear you, fam. We just need a moment. Diabolical behavior. Um, All American has plot holes. A lot of them, for sure. Is Grace James of Carter? Yes. As far as I know. Sobriety is a daily activity. She could get bad news about her book, about her dad and her sobriety. She could. I'm not saying that she's never going to drink again. I just think that that's not in the cards in reference to what the writers are writing. She's definitely always at risk. But then also how they have presented Ashley as a character and what they have actually shared, it don't feel like he would abandon her, and it also feels like he's emotionally equipped to be able to handle something like that. The writing of the show has definitely gone downhill. Y'all think Olivia is going to have to choose like Spencer gives an ultimatum? That would be a mess. I think that stuff like Spencer saying, what the hell did he say? Oh, I got rid of it. Spencer saying, let me I want to be on point when I say this. Spencer saying say something else to me, bro, is the ultimatum. Like, you could give somebody an ultimatum without actually saying those particular words. He is helping push a conflict with it between the two of them, and the only way to relieve the conflict is to stop engaging with one of them and or both of them. So while I don't think that Spencer's dialogue is ever going to say it's me or Ashley, behaviors like that is what screams it's me or Ashley. Does that make sense? Um, Micah says, if Jordan is the one to break up with Layla because he realizes he's not what she needs, I will go off on him a little bit. This will show me growth that he's willing to put her health over his feelings. So why are you gonna go off on him? As long as he's able to articulate it's him, not her, I would 100% be down for that. And that would be the first step in me believing that the Jordan character is really going somewhere and not just skating on the coattails of whatever woman that he's with at the moment. Kofi says Spencer better than me. Cause boy, there gonna be some furniture moving. Like, sir, not you asking my girl, can you give us a minute? Excuse me. That Aries and me coming out. That Aries and you gonna be lit aflame, Kofi. Not the furniture moving. Kofi says, "Who is we?" While he flips the damn sofa. I'm here for it because I'm wondering, Ashley. That's just diabolical work. Who is we? Who is we? Ashley, can we have a moment? Who is we, bro? This is not Paris. Your ass is from London. Who is we? Um. Oh, you would get off of Jordan, like get off his back. Nia Love says, "I'm with you, Erica. Totally agree that the choice will have been made regardless." Mm. I'm laughing. Spencer, can you let me talk to my wife? I need a fight between Spencer and Ashley on 4th of July for shits and giggles. It seems like it's loading, I fear. Ashley came to make sure his wife is doing good because she was down in her text message. Y'all, they just need to call it. Bolivia needs to. It just needs to end. It just. Y'all had a good run. Y'all tried real hard. Let's try again in 10 years. Can we do that when we're grown, when we experience life a little bit more, when we're a little bit more settled in who we actually are versus who we're pretending to be? Let's come back to this then. Cause now it's not gonna work, I fear. It's just not gonna work. Says, I heard you say we a lot. Do we speak French? Do you speak French now? Yes. I need Spencer to say who is we so badly. That's how we know. Like, I need to be in that damn writer's room just so that I can say in that moment, not say that to me again. Spencer needs to be stepping forward while he says, who is we? That's my only contribution to the show. NK, put me in the game, coach, because Spencer needs to, in that moment, say, who is we? Hey, plan for keeps. Ashley came to get Liv, and he can't take her back to London for all I care. They won't have to have an emotional affair or codependency anymore. Ciao. That little teaser. Diabolical behavior going down, Ashley. I know you care about this girl, but also, honey, she is with that man. Okay, she is with that man. You need to behave accordingly. Because last season they showed us that she now understands what triggers her, which is her biggest issue with drinking. She knows and understands the sign now of when and if she needs help, something she did not understand prior to season 5. That's perfect. Thank you so much, Shari. Thank you, because you articulated that beautifully. That is why I really believe that we're not going to have to deal with her struggling to not drink anymore, and then her going to London and not drinking and cultivating this friendship with Ashley and being very open and honest and not hiding certain feelings is showing that she has found healthy mechanisms to help her live a very healthy, sober life. Spencer and I both missed that French class, child. Micah says, can we keep Ashley even if him and Liv stop being friends at least? I mean, maybe we can have him and Layla because he is fine and grown and mature. I mean, I'm not gonna say I like Ashley. I like what Ashley is doing in the series. I'm good with him serving his purpose and going ahead. I'm good with that. We appreciate you, brother. Solomon says, I haven't found something that funny in ages. Come to think of it, Olivia and Ashley could have had a Las Vegas moment like she did with Spencer in season 3. Oh my God. That would just. If Olivia repeats Vegas in any way with any man, I think that's the moment I stop talking about her altogether. Like, that is the moment where I really don't give about her anymore, and I just can't. I will get off the roller coaster for real because I cannot. Playing for Keith says Ashley does absolutely nothing for me. Sorry. The machismo coming up against Spencer is doing something. It's doing something. The British accent is doing something. The very real threat of him is doing something. Like, remember that little boy that worked with Liv at the little newspaper? He did nothing. He gave nothing because he gave never really a threat. But Ashley gives formidable opponent. I'm here for it. Ashley was low-key giving little eyes. I saw it. I mean, men like Ashley, they give everybody eyes. Like, they got a flirtatious spirit to them. There's women that are like that too. And he looks the way that he looks, and he's very intentional when he engages. So it can seem like it's flirting when he's really just paying attention. Us Americans, we don't be paying attention like that. We be so damn distracted, which is why it throws people off when people will have a conversation with you and lock eyes with you. It becomes uncomfortable because we aren't actually conditioned in that way. So I wouldn't say that he's necessarily like overly flirtatious. I think that he's an intentional being. And I love that for him. Layla's getting married. She don't want to live leftovers. That's real. She says she did not cheat. when he walked beside Layla in that tank top and she kind of looked at him. Ashtray will probably be the one to initiate a kiss with him and leave before he leaves. You call him Ashtray? Spencer might walk in on it, Lord knows. Um, they would have had someone like Ashley for Olivia when she tried to move on. I would have been seated. Ooh. That's real. All right, y'all. Anything else we need to talk about from this particular episode? The Baker Bunch is still on some bullshit. Spencer is steady apologizing when he don't need to. Poop is reigning supreme this goddamn season. And patience, Lord, we just gonna pray for you, Miss Mamas, because that's all we can actually do. You gotta go through it to go through it. And unfortunately, that's where you at with it. Now my phone going off. Spencer admitted that he felt intimidated by Ashley. When did he admit that? He said it out his mouth. Y'all, it's midnight. I gotta get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and go mow some more lawns. Oh, he felt like the third wheel. Yeah, everybody does. What's going on with Asher? I'm assuming him and his baby mama are cool. They lie in Crenshaw. But if Layla is getting attacked for Layla's Cafe, not that I want Asher's house to get attacked, but he need to have some smoke come his way because he's a whole ass white man that just moved to the hood with his Polynesian or Asian wife, or not wife, girlfriend, and y'all coming at Layla? Child. Have they cast a love interest for Laura? I don't think they have yet. I don't know. I don't be looking into it, y'all. Honestly, I just take the episodes for what they are for the most part. Where was if you want to at the beginning of this live, go back once this is over and catch the replay because we talked about Homecoming at the very beginning of this live and what I believe to be true in reference to coming in the future of that. Where was Ashley last episode though? I definitely thought that he had went home, so I was surprised to see him in the trailer. Well, the episode prior to last episode, Liv talked about she didn't know how long he was going to be there, and it was implied that he was going to be there for a few weeks. So I knew that he was still around. It was a missed opportunity for her to at least not text him this episode to like solidify that, keep that storyline going. So that's very clear. I hope they don't have Lord. Not that I hope they. I was about to say something terrible. I guess I don't want her to be fetishizing black men. So I want her to like experience various. Like she don't have to go get another black man because she was married to a black man. Like it needs to be somebody that's very equally yoked with her as a person. But that's a great question, Shanoa. Y'all, there was a theory that Ryan's depressed sister was Miko, and they trash the club together because Patience sending her to jail and later drew up the restraining order. Really? I would have to think about that because that's a lot. All right, y'all. I gotta go. Breakdown will be up hopefully tomorrow. Members live reactions will be up shortly once I just gotta upload it because that's already done. Drop your thoughts, theories, predictions in the comment section if you're catching this on replay. It's been another great discussion with you beautiful people. Shout out to Kofi holding it down for the men's and them. I love you guys. Have a great rest of your week. I think I'm going to do a season recap on them because Gigi made me watch it and I am pissed about it, but I have a bunch of thoughts and I think I want to share those thoughts with y'all. The Shy comes back this week and I really need to go back and get the rest of the breakdowns up until this point, which I'm going to try to do, but I'm also traveling, so bear with me. If y'all watching The Shy, I'm watching The Shy, so we'll talk about that. I am watching BMF, but I'm one episode behind on that. All of this stuff that I'm talking about now, I'm definitely going to mention in the damn Discord because I've been dropping the ball in reference to that. That's what's going on this week for me. And Bridgerton. Bridgerton comes back next week. I'm working on some content for that I'm really excited about that will scratch a creative itch for me. So if y'all are watching any of those things, please let me know, whether it's in the comments, in the DMs, wherever. Discord preferably. Let me know. And y'all, when y'all DM me, ask your question. Please do not DM me and say, hey, can I ask you a question? Just ask the question. When I tell y'all, it drives me up a wall when y'all message me talking about something. Can I ask you a question? Can I have a conversation? We already having a conversation, boo. I'm reading it. Get to the point. And there's no shade. It's all love. I'm answering them DMs. Just tell me what you here for, honey. All right. Do I need to watch the first season of them? No. I am actually telling people not to watch the first season of them because that shit was on some bullshit. And that's probably why I will always, until you do right by me, them. I don't know why that automatically generates that whenever I put stuff up to the screen, but whatever. You do not have to watch the first season of them to watch the second season of them. The second season of them is so much better. The first season of them is traumatic as for no reason. Maybe I need to talk about the first season too. But no, you don't have to watch it. There's supposed to be an anthology, Bridgerton Aftershow. I would love to do a Bridgerton Aftershow, actually. Because, like, low-key, the creative thing that I want to do is, like, I kind of want to do Bridgerton breakdowns in costume. So, like, I'm working on this big-ass headpiece. I didn't respond to you, Erica. What did you say? Girl, you said a lot. I was reading a lot of your stuff today. What did you say? Repeat what you said, honey. I missed it. But I would love to do a Bridgerton Aftershow if y'all want to see that. I heard it was horrible, so I didn't watch. Cinematically, it was cool. The writing was shaky. It just put Black people in too much traumatic moments to arrive at the end of the season. This is season 1 I'm talking about. To arrive at the end of the season and it to feel like it was for no reason, but for white racist enjoyment. I struggle with it for that reason pretty much alone. Season 2 cinematically was stunning. Luke James should get something for this because his performance was freaking amazing. However, the story was very poorly written to me. Plenty of plot holes. And also I arrived at the end of the season like, so why is all of this happening? And that pisses me off. But if you're into horror, it gives you something to watch. It's just not fully satisfying once you arrive at the very end. At least it wasn't for me. I called you my Layla YouTuber on Instagram. I'm confused, but I'm also sleepy. Eric, you called me my Layla YouTuber on Instagram because I support Layla? Is that why? Yeah? You gotta use more words. I'm so confused right now, Erica, and it's probably all me. Luke James was phenomenal in season 2. Phenomenal. With that weak ass script and plenty of plot holes. He knocked it out of the park every single episode. So like I love Layla. Oh, so like I love Lele. Oh, you love me? I love you too, Erica James. I hope that's what you're saying. I'm assuming. But your messages are coming in a little slow for me, so I'm not sure. Isn't he an investor? He is an investor. So yes, that's what's on the docket for me the rest of this month. It's Bridgerton, finishing BMF. The Shy comes back, which I'm actually kind of really, really excited for. And Sisters comes back in 2 weeks. Oh, I'm your favorite YouTuber. Well, I love that for us. I love that for us. We don't always agree. However, it's a mutual respect there. And I completely understand. You standing on business about what you standing on business about. And that's it. That's all. Can't watch the first couple seasons. It's too early. Can't watch the first couple seasons of what? Them? It's an anthology, so each season will be different. I think the creator is saying that he's trying to make his version of American Horror Story. And I'm like, but you just got to take into consideration that you're dealing with Black people and Blackness. So it's a lot different than just doing a bunch of horrific things to a bunch of people, including white people, versus focusing on black people and their trauma. Love me some Luke James. I want to watch them because of him, but I don't like horror. So you probably won't like them. If you don't like horror, you won't like them. But he's masterful in it. Like, he did a really, really great job. I'm down for Bridgerton Live. Okay. Listen, I'm excited to go back to the Regency era. Like, if Kofi, you need to be watching Bridgerton if you want to lean into the hopeless romanticism of it all and like love. That's your show. All right, I'm getting out of here. I'll do a post to talk about what I'm watching this month. And then also on Discord, of course, you guys can always put in the channel of like what I should be watching or what you want me to watch. Have a good night. Talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.